Okay, this was pretty funny. Look at this. Does anybody remember KAST Media? I brought this up. This is some quick drama. Look at this. We're going to let Theo Vaughn handle it. I brought up KAST Media. The most recent time I brought them up was, let's see.
But that's a...
We've got 2 years ago here on YouTube. I brought up KAST Media 5 minutes in. Let's see what I said about these guys. These are one of these all-in-one podcast groups. It was great to hear a semi-prediction come true today. Listen to this. Here's me from 2 years ago. At least.
Old friend, he's back for a limited time, just a limited time. KAST Media, though, is something you should be concerned with because they are the ones who run Fighter and the Kid. They are the ones who run Sarah Silverman's show. Who else? Countless others.
Go to their website. One second.
Go to their website. We're going to hear. And KAST Media also ran Impulsive. Now, we thought this was just an ad firm. But what Brian Callen let us to know is that KAST Media is a full, all-inclusive production company. Okay, so they're not only the ad men. They do your merch. They do your website. It's a podcast in a box. And you'll be disgusted to know, part of starting a podcast was oh my God, look at this guy started a podcast. He's really involved. Now you just go and you pay KAST Media. They set you up in a day. So you've got Penn's Sunday School on there, The King and the Sting, Impulsive. And by the way, they got to take that off. Look at this.
So they had a problem with Impulsive. This is why I was covering it back then, years ago, because Impulsive had fired KAST Media. Remember when they messed up their audio? Remember that? And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that they finally fired KAST Media. Then today this pops up again. Theo Vaughn speaks out. We've never seen Theo Vaughn speak out.
Never. And
here he is speaking out on KAST Media. They've run off with the money. Let's take a listen.
Sticking in the legal space, I want to talk about something that has been tough I want to talk about something. Our podcast was defrauded. We were stolen from. We were taken advantage of. A lot of ways to say it. The company that did it is KAST Media, and the man that did it is Colin Thompson. And I'm going to put his picture in here.
Look at that.
And
now, like Barack, has Colin spoke out on this? Have we heard a peep from Colin after he's been put on blast like this with everyone?
I'm not sure.
From KAST Media, have we gotten a response?
I don't know exactly how to say this. I'm going to do my best. We're part of a larger group of podcasts that were stolen from, right?
Oof. We were part.
His tweets have been protected as of today, hopefully. Maybe a couple weeks ago, he saw this coming.
I think
in total,
yeah.
Well, I've just between talking with folks, there's up to $4 million that I know of. That
$4 million stolen by KAST.
We're in the 6 figures. I know of podcasts that are in the 7 figures. And Colin Thompson, that's his name. I want to say his name so you know it. People get taken advantage of a lot in business, and businesses use tactics and stuff to hide themselves. And they'll use bankruptcy or the threat of this or that, and he may get my money. That's okay. I'm fortunate that I can still have touring and that I can take care of myself. But you fuck with the wrong rat, Colin.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you that, brother. And I'll just tell you guys what happened. Really we had a deal with this company, right? And it was started off good, and then it started to get where we were getting less of our payments. And we were reading the ads. We do the ads, we read them out loud.
So I love this because who would have thought running these dirty ads would ever end you up in hot water? Who would have thought? These dirty, despicable, disgusting ads that you should have never been fucking running in the first place. You couldn't even get the advertisers yourself. That's how lazy these guys are. So I hope people aren't starting to go fund me for Theo Vaughn. He's made his living 15 times over selling you other garbage. Okay? He doesn't need to do ads. He wanted to quadruple dip and do the ads and bury up to your neck in bullshit ads Ridge wallet. How many times did you have to hear about the Ridge wallet? And it's not even enough. They couldn't even put 10 seconds into, getting a relationship maybe with someone they want to promote that has like a good product. Maybe you seek out a company that does something that you like. It's your vibe, and then you sell it. I don't think wallets when I think of Theo Vaughn. Well, actually, I do when I think of now I do. Now I understand why you're selling wallets, but you wanted, just like we found out with the PACs and the telemarketers from Patrick J. Prespis.
I'm a huge fan of him.
So you're like the Eternal Order of Police. Is that what they're called? The Fraternal Order of Police, using telemarketing companies to scheme money, even though you know they're stealing the money, but they're giving you 10% at the end of the day, and you don't have to do anything. So it's still a good deal for you. They always ask, why do the police work with telemarketing firms that scam the people and they get such a little cut at the end of the day? Well, it's either that or nothing. So they'll take the 30 grand a month from the bottom 10%. They don't give a fuck. And that's exactly what you guys have done with the ads. You wanted to invest no time or investigation. You went with the first shady company Logan Paul told you to use. And you relied on another company to do your dirty work, your dirty, disgusting, rotten ads. And guess what? Who would have thought that doing dirty, disgusting, rotten ads, you'd work with dirty, disgusting, rotten people? Who would have thought in that business? So now, you've been burglarized. Please, that money was not yours to begin with. That money should be donated to charity. Any money that's brought back, because, boy, did you waste our time. What about our time? You took that money right from our time.
And we all sat there and watched the ads because we were like, we're supporting Theo.
Not us.
And now, me
The
as a
people.
fan of Theo. Is
Yeah,
saying
they
this.
were really supporting criminal enterprises who probably took a lot of money off the top
We
that's
didn't
going
want
to line this.
Colin to have the money.
Yeah,
We
so
also-
when your fans thought they were supporting you by watching the ads or buying the Ridge wallet from the ad, their money was going to Colin, who is now your arch enemy. Well, that's cool. So you gave all your fans money to Colin, who stole it? Sweet, man. Thanks for being in charge.
Did he say the part yet about how they were trying to get them to sign on? So because podcast one is about to go
Let's see.
public
They'll
or
probably
something
talk
like that.
soon about the...
Because I
We
just,
and you guys support some of them, and thank you. And then it got to be where we were getting paid less of the payment we were owed. And they sell all the ads a year in advance, so you're kind of stuck into the year.
What
right?
a racket.
And the advertisers were paying Colin Thompson and KAST Media, and they weren't paying us. They would pay us a little bit, and they had a reason why. And
Okay, so why didn't you dump them then?
so, and one of the craziest parts was there was
And by the way, there's 80 videos about how these guys are crooks, and they've been up for years. We've been screaming about it for years. So you knew they were bad, just like Jordan Peterson's bad, who you just had on and promoted to all these new TikTok kids. Just like who else does he hang around with that's so not rotten? All your friends, all your buddies. So you hang out with these rotten people, you do rotten things, you act as crooks. And then what was my point?
I don't know. All I was going to say was that apparently the deal that he's going off about how he turned down.
Yeah.
Apparently Schaub took that deal.
Wow, let's
People
hear
are
that.
saying on Reddit.
we
at
kept
least.
asking, hey, we have to get paid, man. We have to get, and we weren't getting paid. And so finally I was able
Oh,
to.
yeah, that was my point. You hear all these rumors about them being crooks, and it's just like how you're friends with Logan Paul. How many times do you have to hear a story before you get why people are all saying this? KAST Media has been in the pits for at least a year. You waited till it affected your wallet, until you got involved. You heard all the horror stories. I'm sure people wrote to you about them. I mean, I've been hearing this stuff for the last 2 years. And you ignored that because it wasn't affecting you. And now that it's affecting you, KAST Media needs to be stopped, huh? You're going to be the hero, right? Are they going to donate to you for the money that's been taken?
make a new deal and just cut ties completely. I made sure that everything, they breached our contract. And so I was able to cut ties. And then they come along, Colin Thompson comes along, and he joined, there's a new company that has a stock that's going live soon, right? Or it's coming out or something. This company called Podcast One or Live One, right? They get
another
me on a
criminal
call
network
with, I think the guy's name Rob Ellen. Yeah, that's the guy's name, Rob Ellen. And his brother is Doug Ellen.
Doug Allen's
like
brother
screenwriter.
involved,
I think he did.
attached.
His brother was pretty successful. But they get me on a call with this guy, Rob Ellen, right? And they tell me, that if you come over to our new network, over to this new network, Podcast One, that we'll pay you some of what you're owed in stock, right? But the stock hasn't gone public. So they're trying to, it felt like to me, they're trying to leverage our podcast and other podcasts to then make their stock do well. And then if that happens, then we'll get a share of our money, right? Like,
Hell yeah.
it just,
Play ball.
the whole thing to me felt really.
Anyways, apparently Brandon is the fighter and the kid is doing that.
Brendan and the fighter and the kid are joining the new podcast network and receiving a share.
That's what people
while
are saying.
everyone else is left bankrupt. Wow. That's pretty good. Well, I'm glad this is happening to them. Let's drink. Let's celebrate. Throw on a song and let's celebrate to them. I'm so glad that they lost. And look at how ironic, huh? The evil ad money didn't work out, huh? Never seems to. I don't know why they don't learn. Just sell your friend's product. Sell your own product. Sell t-shirts. Shouldn't the merch money be enough to cover the costs of sitting at this dinky set?
Who knows?
They want it all.